Hello friends, welcome back to bspsolutions.com. This is my next video in series where I will be preparing some financial reports by using financial data which I have extracted from our ERP solution. So in this video, we will be going to talk about how to create a product profitability statement for a specific product within Tableau. So first of all, let me show you my requirement sheet, the next requirement we are going to work today. This is requirement number 18, and in this requirement, we will be going to display the product profitability by quarter for the current fiscal year. And the user focus for this report will be CFOs, VPs, controllers, and managers. And as you can see, this is with respective to a specific product. And the product which we have taken is air conditioner for the current fiscal year for the all 4 quarters. We have couple of fields already which are available in our data set, but we will be going to create some calculated fields that we are going to see that how to create calculated fields. In this video, this time instead of using default Excel or CSV dataset, we will be using MongoDB dataset. And what I have done, I have already extracted data and created a CSV file out of it. And as you can see, that's the CSV server running up. To know more about MongoDB, you can go through our existing videos where you will be going to know that how to load data. So first of all, let me show you the data set which we have loaded into Mongo. So use BSP and show collections db dot finance one dot file. So that's the data we would be going to use. So we'll be going to see how to connect Tableau with MongoDB, pull data from MongoDB into Tableau, and we'll be going to visualize it. So let me open Tableau first of all. So for the next series of videos, we'll be going to use MongoDB as our data source. So it's open other dataset ODBC, and I would be connecting to the data source as MongoDB. Click on connect. We'll be requiring the server. So server is local host, and for port, so to get the port number, I need to have the port number, and my port number is let me show you the port number. So the port number is 27017. So before connecting, you need to check the port number of your MongoDB server. Sign in. Connected successfully. I select the database and finance and drag and drop finance one. Update now. Sheet one. Okay. Sheet one. Now let's look at the requirement. So let's get back to the requirement sheet. So that's my requirement. We need to display the product profitability by quarter for current fiscal year. So first of all, for fiscal year, so I just drag and drop year, and for a product category. So product category basically it's related to product name. So I drag and drop product name, and we have various product name, and I'm interested only in air conditioner. So let me drag and drop quarter into columns, then apply a filter based on product name, and I exclude all of them, and we would be filtering only for air conditioner. We can make it dynamic by showing filters, and anytime we can make it dynamic, but that will be going to see in next step how to make it proper dynamic. Now I need to add the revenues. We'll be defining the revenue amount, cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold basically it's the cost of revenue, then product gross profit. So for doing this, I drag and drop revenue, and I'll just show this in the form of numbers. Then revenue amount, so this need to be customized, so that will do all together. Then cost of revenues, so I drag and drop cost of revenue, and this also I convert this as numbers and swap. So we'll be getting cost of revenues and revenue. So revenue should before that, so I just swap it, revenue and cost of revenue. Cost of revenue, I can just change this alias as COGS, cost of goods sold, COGS, and I just format this as currency, 0 decimal places. Same I'll do for formatting. I'll apply formatting for currency and 0 decimal places. Next, we need to add the product gross profit. So product gross profit, we have a field called product gross profit. So I drag and drop gross profit, and I just give name. I just rename it as product gross profit. And this also need to customize. So I set the formatting as product gross profit. Now the fourth parameter we have is the product gross margin, and the product gross margin calculation is the gross profit divided by sales of revenue. So we already have gross profit and the revenue amount, so we'll be going to create a calculated field. So I create a calculated field and call it as product gross margin percent. Product gross margin percent, and the calculation is sum of gross profit divided by sum of revenue. Calculation is okay, and I drag and drop product gross margin percent, and I'll just add the formatting. Oh, sorry, I did it not for filter, it should be format, and I change it into percentage, 2 decimal places. Now the next column is the product marketing expenses, product sales expenses, product service expenses, and product operating expenses, and these columns already exist. So product marketing expenses, so that's the marketing expenses. Sales expenses, so we already have sales expenses column exists in our data set. Other operating expenses, so we have other operating expenses. So I drag and drop all the columns respectively. So 1, 2, 3, 4 columns I have extracted: marketing, sales, service, and operating. So marketing, sales, service is also there, service and operating. So we can just product, marketing, sales, service, and operating, and I'll just rename them. I'll just change their alias as product marketing expenses, product sales expenses, product service expenses, and other operating expenses. And formatting, will apply formatting for all of them. Set the currency as 0 decimal. Sales expenses format. It is good if we do the formatting, so that looks in a proper format. So we have the all the fields. Now the next field is a calculated. Next field is product operating profit. So product operating profit. So the product operating profit is a calculated field, and the formula for product operating profit is the revenue minus cost of revenue plus marketing expenses plus sales expenses plus service expenses plus other operating expenses. So it could be, so there are two ways to get the values. Either we can subtract cost of revenue plus this marketing plus sales plus service plus operating from revenue, or product gross profit itself. So the product gross profit itself the calculated field, because if we subtract 148,340 minus 55945, So we'll be getting the 92396. It's in a round figure, so that's why it's coming. So we can consider that product gross profit as the subtraction of revenue minus cost. So we can say product gross profit minus all of them, or we can create a calculated field first of all, and I give this name as product operating profit, and it should be sum of revenue minus sum of cost of revenue plus sum of marketing expenses plus sum of sales expenses plus sum of service expenses plus sum of other operating expenses. So if you have this calculated field in your in your data set, that's fine, because in my data set I don't have this such field, so I need to create this calculated field, and okay. And the product operating profit, and I drag and drop this product operating profit just next to we need to scroll it down, move it down, and product operating profit I just add it just next to some other product operating profit. And I'm going to format this and show as a and finally, the final requirement is the product operating profit percent. So product operating profit is equal to this percent will be product operating profit divided by the revenue. So this also a calculated field. This will also be a calculated field, and this will be product operating profit percent sum of product operating profit divided by sum of revenue. Now I'm getting an error message and it says that aggregate to sum is already an aggregated and cannot be further aggregated. So this particular product operating profit we cannot include as an aggregated function. So what's the solution for this? So there are two solutions. Either we'll write the either we will be going to write the complete expression for this, the product operating profit calculation, or because it is itself an aggregated field, so simply remove this aggregation. Simply remove this sum function out of it, because it's an aggregated field. Now we are getting a message that the calculation is valid, and click on OK. So field is created. Now let's drag and drop this field. So I drag and drop this field, and I need to customize it. So I just format it and percentage. So I would be getting the 39.56%. Let's add the total as well. Show row grand total, and I'm going to format this. So I set the format as, and I would be using the Tableau bold as the default uh, font, and I consider it as green. And this also I'm going to format grand total Tableau bold and consider it as green. So we got the total, and the rest of the formatting can be done. Let's, for example, if formatting can be done on product gross margin, so like we have highlighted here the product gross margin and other the product operating profit, so we can highlight it. So that's our complete report as per a requirement, which will be displaying the product profitability statement by all 4 quarters for the current fiscal year with respective to a specific product. Now, talk about the filters. So we have a product name, and I just add a filter. So I'll just uncheck. So like actually the filter we have applicable. So we need to edit this filter, and for editing this filter, we need to just select the opposite one so that we can get the exact formatting. Okay, apply. And you can see I'll just change this to, we can add a specific one. So for air condition, for Android, so that can be done. Or if you want to have a single value drop down, and that is the most appropriate one. So we can user can select only one value at a time, and user will be able to see the product profitability statement for a specific product. So that's all in this video. I hope you like this video. If that's so, don't forget to press like button. You can post your comments in comment box. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.